if a picture is worth 1,000 words, how many words is a moving picture worth? A video where you can see the whole thing. Now, if you're going to shoot a video, here's some tips, right? Go there when you shoot the video, open up all the curtains, do it during daylight. I'm shooting at nighttime right now, and it kind of looks dungeon. So don't shoot your videos for your virtual tours at midnight, right? You want to do it during the day. If you get good sunlight at a particular time of day coming through the windows, shoot it then. You'll know your property better than anybody else. Open up the blinds halfway. Make sure your windows are clean. Even if you're doing all this, turn on all the lights when you're going to shoot the video. Make it as bright and well staged as possible. Hey, what's up, all of my real estate peeps? This is Brian Lucier with the Why Not Real Estate Podcast, Golden Nuggets. In the Golden Nugget, we always take an operational tip, tactic, or technique, and we unpack it to pull back the curtains and show you some of the experience we've learned over the years and how you may be able to incorporate our ideas into your operations, saving you time and money. And today, I've got one. I'm really happy to do this one. This was, I'll give you a bit of the backstory here. I'm working on a project with an investor over in London right now, and I've gone through the scores of PowerPoint presentations that I've given to groups and associations and other landlord groups and RIAs over the years, and I found one here that this is really good, and this is something we've been doing for a while, and I want to share it with you. This is a fun one, okay? This is something you can enjoy. Virtual showings. So how does all that work, right? So we all know how this works, right? You post a listing, you say, okay, I'm going to be there Saturday at 10 o'clock, and they say, yeah, I'll be there Saturday at 10 o'clock. And then you wake up early, you get all your paperwork on Saturday, you drive to the building, you make sure it's staged, smells good, all that stuff that we could probably do in another video. And you're all ready to go, and 10 o'clock shows up, and crickets, you got nothing, they don't show. So you call them and say, oh, well, you know, my kid's not feeling well today, or my husband got called into work, or he can't make it, or our plans changed. And now here it is, you've blown your Saturday on a showing that you booked that never happened, and now you still don't have a tenant, and you still don't have a renter, and you've wasted time, money, and energy. Not good. So, a virtual showing. Wouldn't that be nice if from the comfort of your own chair and at 2 o'clock in the morning, if that's when the tenant wants to see it, you could have some type of system or operation set up where they could click a few buttons either on their phone or on their laptop or PC and view the apartment with never having to go there. And their husband or spouse needs to work late. Hey, honey, take a look at this link. Do you like this apartment? If they both like it and then they want to come see it, there's a higher chance probability that they want to rent the unit because they've already seen it. So they're just going to be looking at it and kind of scoping it out, figuring out who gets what bedroom, do the beds fit. Now they want to see how big the bedrooms are and stuff like that. They may still walk away, but that's okay. So let's walk through this. Why is this a good thing, a virtual showing? Because you're creating an environment to get you noticed without ever having to be there. And I think that is a good thing. So how can you do this? We're going to talk about pictures, we're going to talk about videos, and then the realtors do some really cool stuff. We'll just touch on that, but I don't think you need to go that far or spend that much money. You can do 3D virtual tours, and there are pros and cons on that. So your show and tell for rental properties. You heard it so many times. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So if a picture is worth 1,000 words, how many words is a moving picture worth? A video where you can see the whole thing. Now, if you're going to shoot a video, here's some tips, right? Go there when you shoot the video, open up all the curtains, do it during daylight. I'm shooting at nighttime right now, and it kind of looks dungeon. So don't shoot your videos for your virtual tours at midnight, right? You want to do it during the day. If you get good sunlight at a particular time of day coming through the windows, shoot it then. You'll know your property better than anybody else. Open up the blinds halfway. Make sure your windows are clean. Even if you're doing all this, turn on all the lights when you're going to shoot the video. Make it as bright and well staged as possible. Some things that drive me crazy. Put the toilet seats down, okay? Make sure you have a roll of toilet paper. Bring a couple of white towels. Stage it. Make it look nice. Make it look clean, all right? If you need to, bring a few paintings from your house or hanging pictures, but don't use family pictures. You don't want to have pictures of people in your staging, not recognizable people. That would be bad. But, you know, like instead of going out getting a vase of flowers, you can get a picture of a vase of flowers, something like that. And then when you shoot the whole thing later, we'll talk through, you can take the video in some free or inexpensive video editing software, put some nice music in behind, you know, not headbanging, thrashing music, unless you want to rent headbanging, thrashing music people, okay? But you can put pleasing sounds, background music, and that will add to the experience, okay? Even if they go to the unit and they're walking through it, not very appealing. Even less appealing if a police ambulance or fire truck goes wailing by with sirens. Not exactly what you want to hear when you're doing a showing, but it happens, right? And then add that ambiance, you know, something nice, soothing, settling. You want them to feel the emotion that they could make their home there, okay? Let's see, what is this? We got, yeah, this was during another time, but it's a pretty good idea to make this happen. Now, how do you do this, right? I'm just going to go the simple way, right? This is my iPhone, right? Here it is. All I need is I can take my iPhone, I can put it on video setting, flip a few buttons, maybe get wide angle lens. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I would definitely say shoot it in horizontal format because where we're going, that's what you want to do. You're going to shoot your video on your iPhone or your mobile phone, Samsung, whatever it is. Do it in horizontal format, and you'll be able to tweak the video a little bit later. So what do we need to know? Pictures, absolutely. Let's talk about pictures before we talk about the video. We have a system, right? In each room, I want to stand in the corner, and I want to pivot left, and I want to pivot right. So every single room, 4 corners, is going to have 8 pictures. This is great for your bedrooms, your living rooms, your living areas, dens, dining rooms. And then the bathrooms, it's a little tricky sometimes because they're small, but I want to shoot as many angles of that bathroom. And then I want to do the same thing in the kitchen. Of course, I'm going to do the 8 pivot on each corner. And then I want to get those realtor good-looking, sexy real estate shots, those magazine angles of the kitchen and the appliances. And I want to do the same thing in the bathroom with the tub, or if it has an interesting shower stall or tile surround or something like that. And then in the bathrooms and kitchens, I want to get even closer in and take those sizzle shots. You know, is there an angle of the stove that looks really nice with the backsplash tile? Or the sink with the new faucet, does that look good at a certain angle? You want to do that. You want to do that extra staging. And you don't want clutter. You don't ever want to have more than 3 things on a countertop when you're shooting pictures, but you can stage. So that's your pictures. Now, we go crazy. Some of our listings will have 50, 60 photos, which is great because, you know, that couple flipping through at night, you're competing with everybody else out there. So if somebody's shot a couple of photos late at night, doesn't look so good, and then they're coming up to your full panoramic view with the sizzle shots and the technical shots and all this great stuff. If there's a playground down the street, take pictures of the playground. If your landscaping looks great, take pictures of the landscaping. If you have off-street parking, take pictures of the off-street parking and add all these into your listing. It'll go a long way to answer a lot of questions. Laundry room. Do you have a laundry room? Take pictures of the laundry room. Are there other online facilities? Do you have a grill area? Do you have picnic tables? Take pictures of all that as well, because you're competing with everybody else who doesn't take good pictures and doesn't take enough pictures. So there are your pictures. And you can go into editing software. I would absolutely increase the aperture to make them brighter. Just like you want to turn on all the lights inside of that rental when you take the pictures, you want to, when you're doing your digital editing, you want to brighten those as much as you can. Bad pictures can hurt your listing as well. So be careful. Don't just dump everything in there. If something looks tilted or off skew and it makes people feel funny, just take it out. You don't need it. Let's keep going here. So pictures, we talked about that, and we talked about how to stage that, go through it. If you're not good at it, hire an intern from one of the local colleges who's studying art and has an eye for aesthetics, and have them go in and take the pictures. That's fine. You know, you can give a couple bucks and they win, you win, and now you have got nice marketing photos for the duration of that rental. What else? The better your pictures, the better your chances of getting interest. Okay, let's jump over to the videos. We talked about it a little bit using your iPhone and your Samsung, and do it just like you were going to tour the property. Start at the front door. Now, don't just show up and start shooting a video. I want you to walk through the space first. Get an idea of how you're going to go and do that video. Same rules apply. You want all your window shades up. You want all your lights on. You want things bright and clean. Clean out the sink. Stage a little bit. Not too much. Just enough so someone could say, yeah, I could live there. I get it. This is where I'd hang my towel. Maybe the bed would go here. Stuff like that. Get it all set up, get it all clean, ready to do the walkthrough, then come back outside and start the video. What I would suggest is pick a pattern. Either go clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on the layout, and just stick to that wall and go through the entire apartment to make sure you hit every room. Once this video is done, you can take it into that video editing software. Again, clean it up. Take the sound out, because if a siren does go by, or you don't want to hear the footsteps or the squeaking of doors or sliding of drawers, whatever, put some nice music in there, maybe some guitar music, subtle guitar music. Eddie Van Halen, great on a party, but you know, maybe we want some soft acoustic music, something like that, something subtle, to be the soundtrack of this so someone can see their family living in there. You do all that, you get your video shot, and then you're going to process it. We use real simple on the iMac. All iMacs come with iMovie, and this is going to be done in iMovie. Real simple, right? We just put in an iMovie. We can put in some credits, some titles, some sound. If you want to put in a bullet list in the kitchen, the sizes, I mean, you could do whatever your imagination or your time or your budget allows. But having that video is really great. So what do you do with the video after you have it? If you've got social media, you can post it to your Facebook, you can put it on your Instagram, you can put it anywhere that people are searching for apartments, anywhere. If you got a Gmail account, put it on YouTube. This is what we do. Our software, our property management software, allows us to do all these great things. And on the listing, there's a line item, YouTube video link. Wonderful. So what we do, we'll take one of our emails, we'll open up an email account in Gmail, which will allow us to go onto YouTube. We'll log in with that email, and now we can create a channel on YouTube, and ours or yours could be virtual tours. My apartment virtual tours. And every time you shoot one of these videos, you can put it there. Now you have a library of videos that you can start to put that link onto your social media accounts. And what we do is we don't make them private. We don't make them private. We don't make them public. But we do put it so anyone with the link can view the video. So then we can take that link, we can cut and paste it into our social media, any of our other places that we want people to see it. And for us, the property management software we use, we can put the YouTube link right inside the listing. So now when people go to our website and fill out the rental application, there's a link that they can do the virtual tour. But we could say to the applicant, hey, go to our website, see the virtual tour, and by the way, if you like it, while you're there, you can fill out the rental application, and we won't do a showing with someone unless they filled out a rental application. So I think we've hit all that. We've hit all that. That looks good. We talked about photos. We talked about iMovie. Now, if you're on a PC, just do a Google search for video editing software. I'm sure you can find some apps or some free stuff. Soundtracks, you can go on Google, find some soundtracks. We talked about the YouTube channel, and if you really want to get fancy, you don't need it, but you can get these video stabilizers and hook up your phone, so if you're going upstairs, the video's not bouncing and jumping around. It's got a little gyroscope in it, so it keeps the motion fluid and the action smooth. If you don't like the video, reshoot it. Simple. Save $100. And then on YouTube, you'll take one of your pictures that you took that you're going to use for your listing. We usually use a nice kitchen shot, and you can put that as the thumbnail for the video that you're going to do for your virtual tour. Is there anything else in here? We talked about all that. We talked about the YouTube. So yeah, some stuff you may want to avoid when you're shooting the video. Don't be zooming in and zooming out. Another really important thing, you're shooting a video, but this is still a phone. Go on to do not disturb or airport mode, so in the middle of your video you don't get a phone call or a text or a tweet or anything like that. Well, they don't call them tweets anymore. Make sure your battery is charged. That's a good one. You don't want to get halfway through. And then figure out a way to do an external download. On a Mac, it's super easy. We can just do AirDrop, get near the computer, upload it into the downloads of our computer, and we're good to go. Check your exposure when you're shooting. You want to make sure it's light and bright. We've talked about that several different times. And then there's that little square, that yellow square. If you tap on that, this is for your photos, but you can do it for the video too. It'll focus on that area more so your depth of field. Crappy audio can kill your video as well. Audio is a big deal. You can use external mics on an iPhone, but probably wouldn't go there because we're going to probably dub in our own audio. Crappy lighting, we've talked about that. If you need to, get some extra lights and stage it. Because you're only going to do this once, and you can have 100 people tour that virtual tour, and you never have to leave your house. So that's a real smart. Daylight works great. Try to do it in daylight. Zooming, we mentioned that. Don't be zooming in and zooming out as you're shooting the video. It tends to make the video grainy. It tends to make it bumpy and jumpy. Not a good idea. Shadows, be careful. Shadows can look really dark. So you don't want to be underexposed or overexposed. Maybe shoot a couple tests first. Find out what exposure works best for you. Using the native app on an iPhone, the camera, the video is fine. Slow motion might be nice if you add a water feature or something like that. You don't need it. But some of the stuff. And trial and error. Try some things. Find out what's best for you. And make sure there's some message to the video. You're going to walk through, you want to enter the space, and you want to end in a nice space, usually the kitchen, right? You may have to pass through the kitchen, but at the end of the video, bring yourself back in, and here's where I'm going to be preparing dinner. That's a nice thing to do. So there we go. That's a lot to unpack for virtual tours, but it's been really helpful for us. Get plenty of pictures, get good pictures, well lit, do some digital editing, clean them up. Remember, your competition may have horrible photos, and there's so much we could talk about there. And then same thing for the video. Shoot a nice clean video, stage it, make sure it's light and bright. Don't be too jumpy on your motion. Make sure you have your path. Do a test run first. Do some trial and error before you shoot this final video. And then just upload it. Get it onto your Google, your YouTube channel, and start to promote it. And people want to see the apartments, send them the link. And if they, at that point, have seen the whole apartment, want to come see it for real, you have a higher chance of success showing up at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, giving up a chunk of your life to get that unit rented with someone who's enthusiastic, who has already seen a video of the unit. They've been able to forward, fast, backwards, share it with their spouse, show it to their mom, their dad, their grandmother. Hey, this is where we're thinking of you moving. There's just so many benefits to having great pictures and photos and doing a virtual tour for your rentals. So there it is, virtual tours and rentals. And we hope that you've found this helpful. And let's see what you've got. Get creative and get your links out there, and let's get your units rented. There it is, another golden nugget. And my name is Brian Lucier of the Why Not Real Estate Podcast. This is a golden nugget. Happy to share virtual tours with you. And we will see you on the next one.